Hey guys, this is Mitch with the Department of Bad Ideas, and I got another little unboxing for you guys. This is, it's another unrelated unboxing, but I kind of want to tie it into Warframe a little bit, so not so unrelated, I guess. So I made an order on eBay. I put in a bid for it. Didn't think anything of it. Probably wouldn't have gotten it. But fast forward a few hours, I got a ring on my phone, and it turns out nobody else bid on it. So I want a new knife. It's a Damascus steel folding knife. And yes, before anyone says anything, I understand Damascus steel. We haven't quite figured out how they crafted it before. This is more similar technique, similar methods, but not, you know, dousing it in blood or the plant fibers aren't in it. Because from my understanding, actual Damascus steel that they've, from weapons that they found historically, apparently the plant fibers, whatever they used in them when they were forging it, they mix that in with the metal. And it breaks down into carbon, and it basically makes the equivalent of carbon steel, which is really impressive when you consider that we only recently figured out carbon steel, or not carbon steel, breaks down into carbon nanotubes. That's what I meant. This is carbon steel and 1095 carbon steel and 15N20 nickel for the blade. But it doesn't have carbon nanotubes in it like the historical blades, for whatever reason, have the equivalent of. God, I'm walking all over myself today. But, yep, I'm going to get this opened up, and we'll see. I already took care of some of the tape on this, so just got to clean up a little bit. So I did a little bit of a sloppy job getting some of the adhesive off down here. Figure I can speed things up a little bit. All right. Box has been opened. Oh, packaging peanuts everywhere. Oh, I did not realize this came with a sheath. This is really nice. It's a leather sheath. Came with the knife. Now, the guy I got this from, this is nice. This is actually a lot nicer than I thought. I got this for 20 bucks. I'm like, ooh, man. Got a nice little spot for my belt. Very nice. The guy I got this from, I don't know if they are... Oh, it's not damaged. It's just some gunk in the way. I don't know if the guy that I bought this off of, I don't know if he is a blacksmith himself or if they're a secondhand seller, but they went by the username Double Damascus. So I will have to see. I know there's a lot of, there's a decent handful of blacksmiths in Pakistan that make these kinds of blades, which is where I believe the Damascus steel originated from, is that area of the world. Because obviously Damascus is there, but there's some debate whether Damascus steel originated in Damascus or if it was just named after the area. This is really thoroughly wrapped in there. I'm going to actually drop this in. This is, wow, this is a... So here's the knife. This was thoroughly bubble wrapped. If I was a little off camera there, I'll actually drop the camera down and show you guys. A little too much down. I'll get the box out of the way. So far, we've got this, which is a very nice looking holster, or a little sheath here. I almost call it a holster. But, this is pretty nice. It's a leather holster. It feels pretty good. I think there's a line of plastic here to harden that. I really like that. I didn't realize that was part of the package. It's wrapped in wax paper. So I can get the tape off without making too big a mess. Ooh, I can see it. Oh, it looks just like the picture I was looking at. That makes me happy. I was worried I was going to get scammed or something. All right. I'm steadily turning into a knife collector. So, oof, there we go. Ooh. They clearly oiled this knife before they sent it to me, which I really appreciate that, but I got to wipe this down a little bit. So here is the knife. I really liked the design of the grip part of it. I love this little bit of Damascus steel, the nice little design on it. The wood looks gorgeous. No, this isn't the craziest, fanciest knife in the world, but I'm really liking this so far. I do very much like this little bit right here, the way this looks. Let's see what the blade itself. I don't know what the mechanism is on it. Oh, it's manual. Okay. Whew. I was a little concerned this was going to be a. I was a little concerned this was going to be a spring action, in which that case I would not be able to use it in New York. It's kind of illegal. And this guy knows his shit. He knows what he's doing when he made this knife. Whether it was him or I want to say it's him because he has a lot of Damascus steel stuff going in and out of his storefront. But I can look at this knife here. I saw this one knife in particular, and aside from the grip itself that I really like down here, which I'm gonna have to oil that up. I'm gonna get some knife oil locally and take care of that. This blade is actually completely smeared in it. Yeah, I really like the design on this. It just flows nicely with the blade. It's aesthetically pleasing. I don't think I'll ever be able to get myself to cut anything with this because it just looks gorgeous. I love it. But yeah, I really like this blade. I'm really very happy with this purchase for 20 bucks. I gotta be careful because I'll gush about this for a while. If you look closely too, this is that Damascus steel design with the ripple design. From my understanding, the way they do this is when they forge the metal itself, they mix in the nickel with the 1095 steel, and they kind of push it outwards, and they reheat it, push it outwards, reheat it, push it outwards. That's how they get the designs on here. It looks like this guy is fairly skilled at it, because I'm looking at the blade part at it. And one thing I've noticed, a good way to tell how good somebody is with a quote-unquote Damascus steel is you can see the metal through the bladed part of it, which is a little difficult to see here. But there are some bits of it there where you can see the darker nickel mixed in, which is pretty nice. Because I didn't know if I was going to be getting a blade that was fully carbon steel with the nickel painted on top of it, or if it was going to be the full metal. But it looks like from the top here you can kind of see it. It does flow pretty nicely with the design there, so I'm assuming that it goes fully through it. But I'm very happy with this. I'll have to see how well this holds the. Oh, actually, see the mechanism right here. It's one of the more manual ones, but this isn't going anywhere. This is snug. That's not going anywhere. I like the weight of it. This is a really heavy knife. This is a nice, solid metal. So, all right, guys, this is my custom Damascus steel folding knife that I purchased. I'm going to have to wash my hands because I am completely covered in knife oil now. Because they made extra sure. Really extra sure. I got to be careful with that I wouldn't get any rusting or anything in this knife. So overall, I'm very happy. If you guys are on eBay and you're looking to get a Damascus steel style knife, I will definitely recommend Double Damascus to you guys. This is really impressive work. So, my hands are so dirty. This is Mitch with the Department of Bad Ideas, signing off and trying to find a way to hit the stop recording button without getting gunk in anything. There we go.